Tempo Africa TV, Beyond the Headlines program, and I'm your host, Petros Haile. Today, our guest is Innocent Galinoma. Innocent is a reggae artist based in Minnesota, but originally he's from Tanzania. We have maybe about half an hour to 45 minutes show today.
Yeah.
And Innocent, to summarize his experience in Minnesota, I'll read the following. With 5 albums under his belt, from Kilimanjaro to Shine Africa, his latest album, Innocent Galinamos, is a pioneer of reggae music. Born and raised in Tanzania, Innocent discovered music at a young age when he heard a band playing and became inspired. He then met a peer who could play the guitar and taught him how to play. From this, Innocent started performing, playing local African music, which evolved into him playing popular American music, as he was also inspired by the likes of jazz, soul, and funk sounds coming from African Americans in the US. Things began to change when he heard Bob Marley for the first time, desiring to do more than just dance music. Reggae sparked a light in his mind with the melody, rhythm, and words, like Bob Marley would say. Reggae music is African music, period. They took something away from Africa, then they brought it back.
Yeah, like Bob would say that reggae was actually invented in Africa, distilled in Jamaica. And give it to the world.
Extended to the US and Australia. And it's a world of music. Reggae is a world of music. And just to give you a sample of who Innocent is, out of his many, many albums, I would say 5, 6 of them, right?
Yeah, 5 to 6.
And you have this latest project. I'll just directly invite you to listen to it, then we'll get back to the show.
Okay.
Doing what we do best. Here we go again, and we don't even give it a rest. There is no gun or bullet that is made in Africa. There is no bomb or rocket that is made in Africa. I've never seen no M16 that is made in Africa. But statistics are showing me that we use more guns than those who made them. Here we go again, a different time, same crime. Here we go again, same crime, different time. We're caught up in this perfect show, where East and West pull the strings. They use the land as their dumping place, disregarding where the children play. Off you and the pretty ones, they keep their fire burning.
Yes. And this is called Made in Africa.
Made in Africa, yes.
And do what we do best.
Best, which is fighting.
Fighting.
Yes.
And
shame to admit it, but we do that really good.
And earlier we were talking about all the guns and ammunitions came from abroad. And we end up using that ammunitions in Africa. And we're killing each other, destroying each other. Is that what motivated you?
Yeah, that's what motivated me to write this song. If you look at all these ammunitions that we use in Africa, you know, killing and murdering each other and stuff, they are all have a label, made in someplace. And in this case, it's made in USA and made in Russia. The other side got the AK-47 and the other side got the M16, and the bullets are all made in somewhere out here, but we're using them out there way, way more than how you know, more than the people who are making them. Up here, people are using the same guns to hunt and shoot whatever birds and yada yada yada. But back there, we shooting each other, and it's actually a shame.
Yes, it is.
It's
Very
a
true.
big shame, and it's a big business. Somebody has to buy these things, and we're a big market.
Yep. Africa is a big market of
Oh yes.
ammunitions and bullets and what have you. Whether it's from east or west, we're a dumping place.
There you go, and that's what one of the line of the song I said they're using the land as a dumping place for
Yes.
everything, you know,
Yeah.
weird cultures, this kind of stuff, and weird technologies, and a whole lot of stuff. If you put them together, you just
Okay.
stand up and think, okay, none of this stuff is made here,
Good here.
but it's a good market.
A good market.
Dump them up
Yeah.
there.
And we can easily get into conflicts, and we run around to buy all this armaments from outside.
Yeah.
Thank you. Is it already released or is it?
No, it's not a release
Coming out
yet.
soon.
It's going to be coming out soon. If not this year, early next year.
Okay, okay. We'll come back to that because I have other favorite songs that I've heard throughout the years, 20, 25 years. So
Okay.
we'll talk about it.
It's been a while.
I know. You see, the more I increase the years, the more I expose my age, I guess.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing
There's
wrong with
more
that.
wisdom. Yeah.
Wisdom, thank you. Since you put it that way, it's great. Innocent,
Yes, sir.
how did you start your music career? I know the first one was in a church setting that you
Oh, yeah.
performed in childhood.
I wouldn't call that music, but
Yeah.
growing up, you know, like I was a young lad, and I was in a choir, in a church choir, when my mom was there and my two brothers was in the same choir and stuff, and I was just doing what I was doing, singing.
Okay.
Even though I didn't know that, oh, I can sing, but the choir master will come up and say something about, I want everybody to sing like this kid here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it was one of those. So after that, I seen a band playing. I remember it was in my uncle's wedding, and I saw this band playing, and they were playing some songs that I hear on the radio. And when I went home, we started making up guitars with strings and wood and tin gallons and stuff, and would mimic what these guys are doing. And after a while, like any other teenager in Africa, there's still kids back in Africa doing that today. I see that on TV all the time. They're still making that. Sometimes I wish I have an extra guitar here. Where is this child? One of those. But like every child in Africa, even in this case, even in Jamaica, I was listening to Bunny Wailer.
Mhm.
He was saying the same thing. He started making his own guitar with the ship fishing line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And after that, I graduated to meeting a friend of mine who knew how to play guitar. He had a couple of acoustic guitars, and that took off.
Oh, from there.
Yeah, from there he showed me a couple chords here and there, and
You were singing in local language, Swahili.
yes,
When you were at the church setting and all that.
yes, it was all Swahili.
Then it comes to your exposure or introduction to reggae music.
Yes.
That is when you came to this country?
No, this was still in Africa.
Okay.
I remember I was still in high school. I heard the first album, which was not the first for Bob Marley, but I heard Kaya first.
Oh,
Even though I heard Bobby's music, like Sheriff and Steely Up,
Mhm.
been done by other people, and I didn't even know it was Bob Marley. But then again, here comes Kaya, and by then South Africa and Namibia, they were still under colonial,
Okay.
and you would hear these things on the news, and then reggae came, and we had so many South African kids who, refugees, ran from South Africa, so reggae became kind of like the soundtrack of what was going on. You would wake up in the morning, South Africa have invaded Namibia. South African police opened fire and killed hundreds of students. South Africa, and then you stand like, why am I singing happy songs when all this junk is going on? And then the good thing which helped me was Bob Marley's lyrics was printed on the covers.
Okay.
So you would read there, you know, the little English that we had. I would read the lyrics and I was like, oh my God, this man is crying for the people. So I decided to kind of dig deeper and find out exactly what's going on. Why is this Jamaican guy out in the island out there, you know, because they don't teach all this stuff in school, so you have to teach yourself. Why slaves out here, why people out in Jamaica and all the islands are talking about being Africans, and why are they concerned about the situation in South Africa and Namibia and all that stuff. So that pushed me to join the movement, which is reggae, and I have to sing or play something which is meaningful for me and for the people who I was surrounded with. And in this case it was more the Namibian kids or the South African kids who were refugees, and we had tons of them in Tanzania.
Okay, so that's how you start the resistance.
Yeah.
Well, can we call it resistance songs? Or,
it wasn't resistance song, it was conscious music, you know, music to give you something to think about. In the middle of the night, we used to sit down underneath these trees and reason about stuff. While reggae music is playing, some people sit there peeling up fruits and some will be smoking high. Yeah. And we'll be talking about, you know, why is Africa this, why is this, why is that, why the rest of the world is moving and we are just marching 2 steps backwards and we ain't going anywhere, you know, and stuff like that. And reggae can catch you. And when you listen to, like, not only Bob Marley, but, you know, Stevie Wonder, Burning Spear, Dennis Brown, all them people out in Jamaica, they were singing about what was going on and what is going on in Africa. So it's easy to join that movement. I couldn't, you know, pick up a gun and actually go fire it, but you can do it in a different way. And personally, I chose music. I chose reggae.
If I may add, Tanzania was helping the South African resistance movement then, right?
Yes. Yes. Actually, we had the Patriotic Front countries, which, you know, we were assisting. By then, it was Mozambique, Angola, Namibia, and South Africa, Zimbabwe. You know, all these people were living in Tanzania, so we were kind of like the president by then, Nyerere, was the chairman of the Patriotic Front of liberating these countries.
Okay.
So it was easy and all the information was right there.
Accessible, That triggered the music in you.
Yeah.
And by the way, I remember I got to have Kaya now.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it means, but
Kaya, yes, Kaya. You see, that's the thing. When people hear the song Kaya, they'll be like, "What is in here?" That song is just talking about weed, marijuana. Look at it now.
It's different.
It's legal. See, so it's like, what's the problem with that? You know?
Well, every time the initiator or the pioneer will go through some kind of difficulty.
Well, speaking of that, personally, I don't smoke, not because of any other reason, but let's talk about that first.
Okay.
Kaya. Kaya is weed, Kaya is marijuana. And you can hear Bob Marley saying, you know, talking about, I feel so high in my neighborhood, I feel so good, you know, in my neighborhood. Here I come again, so I got to have Kaya. I feel so high, I can touch the sky. So it's one of those where it's easy or it's legal to go to a liquor store and buy moonshine. They call it gin, whiskey, and all that stuff. But at the same time, it's illegal to go in your backyard and pick spinach and eat it. Imagine going to a cow or a goat and tell the goat, you can eat all those grass up there, but leave that one out. Why? But you can come to my store and buy moonshine and whatever, gin and whiskey and that Russian one, tough one, vodka, You can drink all that stuff, but you cannot eat that grass up there. So it just don't make any sense.
Well, maybe it has something to do from the forbidden fruits, you know.
There you go. But we're waking up right now. Weed is legal. I don't smoke myself, but who cares?
No, this is great. In fact, I was watching Facebook yesterday. Obama, did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, Obama was giving some kind of speech about you know, that the economy, social life. This Jamaican guy raised his hand.
Yeah.
And what he was asking is about why don't we legalize marijuana? And Obama was, he joked about it. He said, I knew you were going to ask me about it. You need to see that.
I need to watch it.
Okay, let's go back to
Okay.
Innocent now.
Thank you.
Thank you for the brief information though. Then we came to the United States.
Yes.
You pursue the music. Well, you came for education.
I tried to go to school,
Yeah.
but every time I'm sitting in class, all I can think about is music.
Yeah.
You know, and here I am learning computer, and by then I was learning how to move the mouse, and the language by then it was DOS or something. Nowadays you got, it's like going to school to learn how to use Windows.
Windows, yeah.
I took off and I picked up a guitar
Okay.
and I haven't looked back.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, you're well known, almost a household name in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm saying that.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm qualified. Yeah. So
Yeah, I
then
respect that.
suddenly you decided to go back to Tanzania.
Yeah.
Why? And after
Well-
you go there, what did you do?
I decided to move back to Africa because I thought, you know, the time I wasn't there since I left, things would have moved on a little, and maybe I can do what I wanted to do here and do it in Africa.
Okay, okay.
And when I went there, sadly enough, I found that things don't move that faster than I would thought. I mean, still recording facilities were not
Okay.
abundant like how it is today. Everybody with a computer can actually record a song. And I found out that reggae is still not as popular as how, you know, I wanted it to be. So I turned around and I
Went back home.
I took the ship again.
Oh, back to the US, huh?
Yes, I
Okay.
came back to the US.
Then you came to New York.
I came to New York, and in New York I was just there briefly, and I found out that a friend of mine who is actually from Tanzania, we used to play in the same band way back in high school. He was living in Minneapolis,
Okay.
and I came to visit him here for a weekend. It's been like 20, almost 30 years now. I'm stuck here.
Yeah, Minnesota is not a bad place.
It's a nice place.
Yeah.
I never went back.
Those, the next question, I even remember them when you started Les Exodus.
Yeah.
How did you start them? Who did you play with? And what was the music scene then?
The music scene was pretty much like the way it is today.
Okay.
Very big, what do you call it, live music in Minneapolis. I mean, when I came up here, it surprised me to see how many live bands were here. I came up here one time, there was a Cedar First culture thing was going on.
Yes.
And there'd be like 10, 15 stages. You can just go in there and see band after band after band, from Latin music to jazz, blues, gospel, all kinds of music was going on. That kind of attracted me here.
Okay.
And after I seen the bands, and that's when I thought on this one, hey, we can start our own little thing going on, and let's see where this is going to take us.
Hmm.
And I came up with the band Exodus.
Exodus. Okay, that's how it got introduced. And I remember you used to play over Red Sea
Yes.
Live and many other places.
Yeah, I remember that the very first gig I did was at the club called, it's closed right now, right by the Red Sea and 400
Vikings?
Vikings.
Vikings,
Yeah, the
okay.
Viking bar.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a really small setup, but that's where I did my very first gig, and that's when I was like, oh, so this is singing in Minneapolis. And then from there we moved to the Red Sea. And Red Sea, I had to say that it was, and it still is, our home ground, because from there everything went pretty smooth.
Okay, yeah. Those days I remember again. Then you did your first CD titled Kilimanjaro.
Yes. That was in 1992, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think if I just want to say a little about Kilimanjaro, besides being my favorite song,
Oh, so the song.
the song,
Yes, man.
say standing on mountain top of Mount Kilimanjaro.
Kilimanjaro, yes, the highest mountain in
In
Africa.
Africa.
Yeah, there I see all
Yeah, I
these
see
visions.
vision.
There I see all these illusions.
Vision.
Yeah.
Why that song? What do you have a message to relay? Is that what it was?
Yeah. First, the reason why I wanted to write a song, that particular song, and that's why it's so simple, is because I wanted a song to have the word Kilimanjaro.
Okay.
Yeah. And after that, I picked up these four chords, which every guitar player knows them. And there's so many songs that use the same chords.
Okay.
So I picked those to just simplify it and kind of test it, and they got stuck to the song. So, and then I started thinking, me as writing these songs, because I write songs, not love songs, and I write songs about some stuff which can give somebody to think about. So I decided to use that and add, what would you see if you stand on top of that mountain? If you have these Superman eyes, you would see a whole lot from South Africa all the way down, I mean up north to Libya, Morocco and stuff. The stuff which you would see, you know, and that's when I started kind of like putting up. You would see children crying, you would see children dying, no education, no medication, no decent hospitals, and you would see these wars, and people are down pressing their own people, and government people controlling people, I mean bribe and corruption, and government leaders doing a whole lot of junk, and we just smiling.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, we're just smiling while these people are doing all this evil to their own people.
That's what you call it, the illusion.
Yeah, there you go.
And the vision part is the
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah, I
For a
mean,
better life, I would say.
yeah, you can put it that way, but then again, we're still waiting.
We're still waiting for the better
Yeah,
life.
we're still waiting. I mean, from Mandela being in jail, you fast forwarded from when they took him into jail. I remember that. I remember him giving the speech, going to jail.
Okay.
And he came out, he became president, and now he has left us, he is gone. We're still at the same spot. Even though, of course, South Africa, you know, but now the down pressment is not the white South Africans, but it's just my brother is the one who's down pressing me.
And,
So it's one of those where, okay, did we move anywhere? Did we go anywhere? Why now we have black South African police people brutalizing their own people? Isn't this what the other people did to you? Now you're doing it to your own kind? You know, so these are the things which I ask myself.
In fact, I'm glad you brought that. Yesterday, South African, I don't know what we can call them, but they killed they burned a couple of Somalis.
In South Africa?
In South Africa.
Oh, I missed that.
It becomes a very common place, you know, anti-foreigner or xenophobic mentality.
In South Africa?
It's growing, yeah. The government is trying to do something about it. But sometimes you wonder, is this where Mandela came from? Is this what his teachings are?
No,
Okay.
it's not. But then again, look at it this way. Mandela preached and taught stuff that he learned from reading and stuff, the writings of Mahatma Gandhi.
Yeah.
Look where India is. India is #1 democracy in the world, but you go to streets right now, there's violence everywhere.
Yes.
And Gandhi preached and learned stuff from Buddha and Jesus. Look what's going on in Israel and Palestine right now. So it's one of those, if you can get a few people to actually follow, if you have, let's say, 45 students in a class and you get just one person to actually learn something, you will be good. You know, you will be like, well, at least I didn't lose the whole thing. But in South Africa, I understand there's a big mess because South Africa is doing pretty good economically than most of the countries in Africa. So a lot of foreigners are marching down there, risking getting eaten by lions and whatever to go to South Africa for a better life. But now the problem is the locals. It brings up some kind of dispute. They just don't like foreigners. You're coming here to take our jobs, just like in America. Mexicans are coming here to take our jobs of cleaning and fast food restaurants or whatever. So it's all over the place.
It's a scapegoat.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Same thing with Moroccans and the Libyans crossing the ocean go to Italy and blah blah. You don't hear those stuff here unless you go out there and you actually search for this information. So to answer your question, Mandela did a lot of good, because Mandela never, even when he was getting punched, it was just like Martin Luther King. No, don't fight back. We'll just win the way we're being taught. The same thing with today. Martin Luther King is not here, but his teachings are still here. You know, like there's a whole lot of black boys are getting shot left and right by police. And for years we've been talking about it. But nobody, they used to know that it was there, but until now the technology is there. You get the phone and you can actually capture each and everything, and people are like, oh my God, is this really going on? Yes, this is what we've been talking about. This is what people have been singing about in reggae, and now the video is going to make a change. Mandela died, Martin Luther King died, Malcolm X died, and all these people fighting for things which today you can just capture it on the video and actually bring change.
Yeah. Just like we witnessed a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
So I can see now where your message comes from.
there you go. That could be a song there.
You see right there?
All these heroes are dying. I mean, for what today can be accomplished by someone with a little iPhone
device.
There
Yeah,
you
a
go.
small device. You know, it goes with what we are talking about. One of your song titles, Mama, I'm coming home.
Mama coming home.
And
Yeah.
I like the way you put it. Mama, I'm coming home. This
Yeah.
game is over for me.
Yeah.
Would you say a little bit about that?
Yeah, this game is over for me. This time I'm coming home to stay. Yeah, I'm gonna be there for you. That actually was more of a personal song
Okay.
to my mom.
Oh, okay.
By then, she was in a hospital. You know, she had diabetes, and you know, like I had diabetes too. Yeah, I got it, and diabetes is one of those, you know,
Yeah.
where everybody's aware of what it is. It's like you just hang in there until you cannot hang on, you know. And there will come time you just have to like raise up your head and be like, you know what, you win. Like how John Wayne fought cancer. Like the first time, the second time, and then you're like, oh, you win. But when I heard that she was really sick, and she was losing to diabetes, she went blind, her feet were gone and all that, and I wrote that song,
Okay.
kind of like just a tribute to her.
Yeah, a lot of people took it as if my mom. You're talking about Africa.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah, I'm talking about it. You know, you can summarize it as, yes, Africa.
Yeah. You can only sing it. The interpretation is you do it up to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You see, that's the best part about music, is me as a musician, or we as songwriters, we don't do anything different. We do not invent the words or the alphabets. You know, these words and alphabets are there already. So I'm just, it's like a playing with Legos.
Okay.
Legos have been around for years, since I was little. But anybody can pick up a box of Lego and make something different. Every day you can make something different. So the words are there, the music is there, chords, whatever, sounds, la da da. All you have to do is just pick and manipulate and make it your own. So I could look at the same art from different angle, and you could look at the same art from a different angle and get something different.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, but it works both ways.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
yeah,
That's the best, but that's a good
Yeah.
tricky part about music.
Yeah, he gave them the message and he lived up to the outside.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Learning a lesson here. And you also have a one song, African Woman.
Oh,
I've been searching for a lover, someone I can share my cover.
oh boy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
by the way, I saw the video. And
Okay,
it is
okay.
great. I really enjoyed the music.
No, I'm glad you did.
Yeah, were you in love when you sing that song? If I may ask another personal question.
I normally don't have my life is terrible.
Yeah.
I just throw through life, just living one day at a time, and I just picked that song up because I heard a song, American Woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let me translate that.
African Woman.
African Woman, simply.
Okay.
Because of that, there was a song and I liked it. And Lanny Travis, he really Lenny Travis, he redid that one and his was kicking too.
Oh, Lenny Travis, the
Yeah.
one from London?
No, he's
No.
American. He's American. He's a good guitar player. He redid that one.
Oh.
Not Lenny Travis.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So I decided-
Famous artist.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I decided like let me do a different version of that. So,
Okay.
but it's all right. I mean, if you go to some places and
Yeah.
I don't play that song, my sister would be mad.
Yes, yes, yeah. Well, it's a big gift to the African women, you know, especially from an African man given. So,
Yeah.
am I making an accurate description here? No.
Yes, you are. You know.
And you also have Swahili music.
Yes, I got a bunch of those.
Since I did not brush up my Swahili, I
Yeah.
don't know what it means, but it sounds so good.
Okay.
It's
Which one?
Soteni
Oh, Sorte Ndugu.
Nindugu.
Yeah, Sorte Ndugu simply means we are all. Ndugu is comrade,
Comrade.
comrade or relative.
Okay.
Yeah, you say comrade in some places, they'll be like, no, I'm not your comrade.
Yeah.
Comrade is communist or socialist, blah blah blah. But basically, that song is about we're all related in some way. And I wrote that song after some stuff went down in Tanzania between religious groups. And in this case, back home, it's just Muslims and Christians. There was one time some Muslim group, I don't remember the details, but police went up there and beat some kids terribly.
Okay.
And then after some riots and stuff like that, and then at the same time, Easter comes up, a bunch of kids, of course, they're using the religious reasons. Muslim kids, they went and started burning down butchers, you know, butchers which sell pork and blah, blah, blah. And I stopped and looked at that situation and I was like, what is going on? All these are African kids. These are all African children. We never had no Christians, we never had no Muslim, in this case, any other, you know, little churches. In every corner now there's a church. Different, whatever, denominations and stuff. And that's the main reason why I decided to like separate myself from churches or anything, and I don't want to have no religion of any kind. Because once I pick a religion, I feel like I am losing a lot of people. I'm picking a side. So I wrote that song to kind of like just explain that we are all one. We are all one, and if you want to go through the books that have been written about religious, we all begin from Abraham, you know, the father of all nations. But in that song, I'm just saying that, hey, it don't matter where you're coming from, it don't matter what tribe you are. You could be a Hutu, Tutsi, Luo, whatever tribe you are. We are Africans first. These religions are just stuff that we've decided to guide us to, you know, our personal lives. But when you start having these little fights, riots, and the government has to intervene and beat up a certain group of people, or, you know, good thing about that song, I wrote it for that specific time. It ended up being the number one song in Tanzania for a while. It was on the chart for so long. Basically, if I go back home and somebody say, "Oh, that's Innocent Galanoma Falingundi," oh yeah, certainly Ndugu guy.
Okay.
They know me for that.
that particular song.
That particular song.
Okay. Let me ask you on that one. How was your popularity in general
In Tanzania?
in Tanzania?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I didn't know how I don't know what to say, popular but that song was was so big to a part. Okay, this is what happened. I went home after the song. I done forgot about it, but my brothers would be texting me or telling me, "Oh man, your song is huge up here," but I wasn't imagining it.
Okay.
And I hadn't been home for a while. So once I got home and all I was, I landed at the airport and all I was looking for was my brother and my dad, the family. But I didn't realize that there was a bunch of people outside, on this big glass wall. And I didn't even care.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't know. So I just got up there, hugged my dad, hugged my brothers, and I got in the car and left. And the next day, the news people called me up and ended up on TV talking, and people were calling in. Most of the calls they were mad that I did not acknowledge the people.
Okay.
And to me, it's like, I'm surprised, huh? What people, like all those people at the airport came to see you. So somebody should have said something. I'm like, I didn't know that these people came up to the airport and somewhere like, we walked. Somewhere like we had to chip in cab money to come see you. And I'm like, oh my God. So I decided to do a concert for free.
You see?
I decided to do a concert for free to go and apologize and all that,
And just like you were telling me, the message is so important. That's why people came. To see you. People are saying that, okay, Obama is coming, people are waiting for him. You didn't think that it was for you.
But then again, just to kind of stay on that Sorteli Ndugu, it's not original words.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, it's words that I just picked up and put into it in a song, but those words have been used already, like I was saying. It's basically like One Love, Bob Marley song. That's a song of the century in Europe. And what other song? There's those kind of songs which have already been out there and been used. I didn't take Bob and translate it, but I kind of rewrote my own version and my own stuff, and it worked.
It worked, okay.
Yeah,
and it's in Swahili.
Yes, I'm saying in Swahili, yeah.
And is that on that particular concert where you had to call your dad to the stage?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
My dad, he has seen me playing way back like once or twice. He never into going into clubs and stuff. But this time, my brothers and sisters, they were like, "Oh, Dad, we're going to see And Dad came up with the disc with Kilimanjaro CD.
Okay.
So while I was singing up there, I was reading the lyrics. Seriously, the first thing he asked me, like, how do you remember all these words without reading them? To me, that was really funny.
Okay.
But I brought him up on stage to introduce him, like, this is my dad up there. And he was really proud about it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the first time he's like, oh, son, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if the half of the Tanzanian population are proud of you, your father should. But you realize your dedication.
Yeah, I remember that. And one time I went home, and after he picked me up from the airport, when I got to his house, they've made lunch and people were there, and the media came out. And they're like, we need to run to the studio right now. Since everybody's been waiting for you, we need to run to the studio. Now I had to go and tell my dad, like, Dad, I cannot even eat. I just landed from the airport, I can't eat, I just have to run with these guys. Seriously, my dad said, you know what, you are man of the people. Go!
You see? Yeah, the work,
It's interesting, very interesting.
That,
yeah.
that probably is the proudest moment in your life, you know, to
Very
make you that
interesting.
happy. I can imagine that. You're not only in Tanzania, but you were so popular here locally.
Locally, yes. You know, when they go over here, you
Yeah.
know, we're doing all right.
No, again, I'm saying it. You've done a festival in Duluth.
Oh yeah,
Many
Radio on the River?
Yeah, where
Yes.
the river.
Yeah.
And you're talking about 50, 60,000 people
Yeah.
easily.
Yes, a lot of people normally shows up.
And if anybody talks about Minnesota reggae history, you know, it talks
Yeah.
about you, Prince Java, and a few others.
Yeah.
So you're one of the people that a lot of people talk about.
Okay.
So your contribution to reggae music to Minnesota cannot easily be seen as a simple stuff. Again,
Thank you.
you also
Mm-hmm.
played with big artists. You know, you opened for them, like
Yeah.
Gizzy, The Third World,
Oh, okay. If I
Lucky
start,
Dubey,
if we start cutting up, like
Prince-
Steel Pulse, the very first person I played with, well, I opened for, and I was glad to see this guy was Sugar Minor. At the First Avenue, I'm like, I used to see this man on videos, and now he's actually here. And we talked, and you know, so but I guess I played open. We've opened for almost everybody was coming in. From Rita Marley, Judy Mowat, Steel Pulse, Ziggy Marley, oh man, so many of them. I cannot remember all of them. Most of them, like Ika Mouse, been up here several times, and he actually came to our local gig after the show. And, you know, yeah, it's been very
You
interesting.
will also opening for, you know, I forgot the artist's name, don't tell me. Now on April 19, no, May 19?
You mean the coming gig?
Yeah, the coming gig.
Oh, the coming gig is gonna be Big Mountain.
Big Mountain. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but not as a band, the Big Mountain,
Yeah.
but they're bringing the singer, which his name is Kino.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
That's
for,
what I
for,
thought.
for those who don't know him, he's the one who remade the song. I don't remember the original artist. Funny thing is, he's gonna be at Treasure Island.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah, the song, "Ooh baby, I love your way each and every day."
you see,
That song, Kino
He's the one
knocked it
who
up
did
good.
it.
Yeah, so he's gonna be in town, and that's gonna be 19th of
19th
April.
of September.
Yeah, April.
April, yeah, that's what I meant.
In a
Did I
couple
say
of weeks
May?
actually. You
Oh,
say May, yeah.
See.
But yeah, it's gonna be 19th of April. In a couple of weeks.
In a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And you're also on a regular basis, the first and third Sundays at the Red Sea?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
First and third.
The third Sundays.
Yeah, Sundays at the Red Sea every time. Maybe I wanna kind of make it an early thing.
Okay.
Since Monday it's early waking up, you know.
The next day, so-
Yeah, so we're starting at 8 to like 11.
11 o'clock, okay.
And I normally like to stop right at 11 so people can get enough time to go home and, you know,
Okay.
get ready for the next day.
But regularly those are the 2 days
Yeah, normally those are the only 2 days. Yeah.
besides other places. Yeah.
The other places, you know, now we got, what is this, Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody, if they are interested in finding us, you know, you can easily check.
Okay.
Innocent Reggae Band.
Innocent Reggae Band.
Yeah, I don't even have a name yet. It's just Innocent Reggae Band. I didn't want to use my last name.
It's easy though.
Yeah, Innocent Reggae Band.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can find where we.
And the thing is, we're also going to display all the information,
Okay.
including
Yes,
we'll
yes,
probably
yeah.
play a couple of songs.
That would be sweet.
on
That
that.
would be sweet.
Well, thank you, Innocent, for
No
giving
problem.
us this opportunity. And
Thank you for inviting me on Tempo Africa,
Africa.
and looking forward to kind of coming up again and reason some more. Even though we look like we talk more politics than music,
Yes.
but that's reggae.
It goes hand in hand.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's reggae music. It's like we have these words that you can be dancing or just thinking or
Okay.
reasoning about stuff.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I can sing about stuff that I went to Jamaica with my girlfriend, and then and I took a flight back, and I went back working, and what is that gonna do to anybody? So I like to sing the things which are going on. As a matter of fact, right now I have a song I just wrote 3 days ago.
Oh,
It's
okay.
still a poem. It's talking about police shootings.
Only shooting.
Yes, because I get tired listening to that. So it's like, hey man, you were sworn to serve and protect. But every time I'm around them,
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel more threatened by the presence of police than being protected. And at the same time, some people don't know if that stuff is going on.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to echo this stuff.
Very
You know?
true.
Yeah,
Very
and
true.
you see John Legend.
John Legend, yeah.
Yes, when he got his 15 second on the microphone, when he won a Grammy by singing up his glory song for Selma song, he took that chance and brought that info out there and gave the number. This is how many black people are now in jail. There are more black people in jail today than in slavery in 18 something. So it's one of those. This stuff is still there,
Yeah.
and guess what?
Yeah.
Reggae has to jump in again and echo that. We shouldn't be leaving this kind of stuff to just John Legend.
Mm-hmm.
We have to say something about to, join together and kind of like putting it out there until a solution comes up and until we stop shooting these babies in the street.
And reggae artists have a reputation of doing that.
Oh yes.
All kinds of message.
Oh,
for
yeah.
police brutality, for
Mhm.
injustice of all kinds.
Okay.
So,
That's reggae music.
this is
Basically, that's what's the meaning of reggae?
Yeah.
That is the meaning
Yep.
of reggae.
Songs of
Yeah.
justice.
So thank you very much.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Petrus.
In a sense. So we'll do a follow-up sometimes in the future.
No problem. No problem.
Thanks again.
No problem.
On this note, we conclude our today's program, and we'll see you with the different guests next time. Thank you.